So here we are in downtown Tingha this morning, and that's about 70 kilometres or so west of Gyra. By the time you get here, you've come down the hill a fair bit, and it's a bit warmer, and the countryside's different, different trees, different soil, more sort of iron oxide soil in some parts, and other parts really sandy. Anyway, it's a nice little spot, and this is where my lovely old dog Bella came from. She was a Tingha girl. Mind you, she was only a Tingha girl for about the first 4 or 5 weeks of her life. Then she was a Gyra girl, or wherever the road took her and took us. Yeah, she travelled all over the place, did Bella. Melbourne and Perth, went all across the Nullarbor and back with Seamus in the sidecar on the Triumph. Anyway, this is an interesting little spot, some sort of a semi-pseudo quasi lookout, some interesting rock formations. It's a nice day. It's a bit cooler than I thought it might be. There's a few clouds around, but so far they haven't released any moisture onto unsuspecting motorcyclists. Not that you could be a motorcyclist for very long and remain unsuspecting. Don't know what this is, whether this is granite or basalt. Not a geological expert, I'm afraid. My nephew Sean would know. He's a geophysicist, in a mining context at least. Go up here. There's a little spot here that people have used to get a fire going. Not when they camp here. It looks like they explode all their aerosol cans here. It's a bit of a hobby, isn't it? I suppose a man's got to have a hobby. Yeah. Reminds me of the Ogre in Doctor Who, this pair. Ogre. That was Tom Baker years, that was. I'm not sure what year. Sometime in the 1970s. There's the old girl. She's running along nicely. Right. She's a different sort of a place than Gyra is Tingha. As I said, there was a lot of tin mining done here. I think in fact the tin mine, or at least one of the tin mines, is either still running or has recently been reopened. I'm not sure which. It's on the western side of town, which we won't see today anyway. So we're going to turn right and go to Inverell. It's not the most affluent of towns, Inverell. Tingha, I don't suppose. Most of its streets are named after gemstones, Sapphire Street, Emerald Street. Plenty of water in the creek. All the kids used to swim in the creek. There's the police station. This is it, the main street of Tingha. The pub there, had lunch there one day. Tingha Town Hall. The Royal. There was a couple of nice looking bikes there. That's been going for years. I saw a nice looking T160 there and a CBX Honda and an old K bike. Just thinking of those bikes back there. I wonder if Phil Kimber was one of those blokes. They might be, you know, some of the Inverell Restorers Club. And I know Phil Kimber from the BMW K100 forum. Who knows? That Trident was that really nice burgundy and white that they made them in. Now Tim had a really nice T160 as well, which is still in the family. I assume Sean rides it when he can. Now his was that sort of yellow, mustardy yellow and white, which he didn't like. So he got me to paint it for him. He wanted it red and black, and I'm going, oh, Uncle Tim. Red and black. And he's going, oh, that's the colour I want. And of course it's his bike, so I did. I'll chuck a photo up of it at some point around here. But he liked it, and that's the main thing. excuse me, Gilgai, downtown Gilgai. I always do the speed limit through here because the cops sit here quite a lot. Schwenker's Lane. Don't know who Schwenker was. Some sort of German, obviously. Someone admiring the beautiful, attractive lines and countenance of a sidecar. Another memorial to soldiers who went off to the First and Second World Wars. The basketball court's looking a bit the worse for wear. Motorcyclists and their adventure bikes. Inverell. It's fucking Hooray, innit? It's a fairly big town, Inverell. I'm not sure how big, I'm not sure how many people actually live here. Right, let's go to the museum. Now, if Gil's not there, we probably won't stop because I've been there 100 times before. Not much point paying whatever it was they get in. We'll see what happens. We'll see how we go, see how we feel when we get there. Might just have a look around anyway because it's been a while. It's got to be a year, I suppose. Begin to realise that I do these kind of rides once a year or something, catching up with people once a year, and that kind of works actually. People don't get sick of me, that sort of thing. Oh, Gil's bike's not there. Right, so here we are at the Transport Museum, and there's a few motorbikes. A couple old Indians here, flat tankers, so they're pretty old, 20s I would say. An old Honda Dream, I guess. That one over there. I won't say the red one. What's it say? 1962. I don't know whether that's a Honda Dream or not. I don't know that much about Jap bikes, it must be said. Yamaha and YM1, which is like the forerunner of the RDs. I suppose RDs It's so named because it had a reed valve in. Yeah, of course. It's a I assume it's a WLA. A 45 750. Pretty cute. Apparently yellow ones were popular at some point, just not with me. As you can see, there's a lot of cars over here. We'll move along, shall we? A lot of Jap bikes there, of course, which aren't all that interesting for me. There's a train set. Everyone loves a train set. There's a We're a bit tired this one.
Second tired.